Hey y'all, this here's the Papaw. A new supporter named Damien had asked me about using one of the very old themes in the modern Kodi. And I told him I wasn't sure if it would still work. And I wasn't sure, so after I investigated, I found out no, it will not. So I've been going through and updating a bunch of them because they're animated. Most of them are for kids. And I got them working. I want to keep them alive. So anyways, in this video, this here is the Donald Duck version. I've installed it. You can install it through the repo. And once you install it, if you want to use the sounds that I did for the theme, you'll have to change that. And for the animations, you also have to exit out of PSMC or Kodi and reload it. And that sets the animations to work. The animations mainly are on the home screen, and they're usually a few seconds long. Now the widgets are very customizable. You can customize them so many different ways, different sizes and styles and cases around them. And that goes for movies, TVs, music videos, music. You can change your widgets. You can have 2 widgets per category. In other words, you can have 2 widgets for movies, 2 widgets for TV shows, etc. This is using the movie database helper. You can see on that, I was using a fan art on the bottom one and posters on the top one. There are a lot of views in these themes. As you can see, I'm just scrolling through a few of them. And each one of these views, you can change settings. And you'll see that later. Now the showcase, if you have the original CD artwork, it will roll that in. And it has one that it defaults to if you don't have the artwork. And you can turn off the rolling in CD. Like I said, they all have settings once you select one. And what you're seeing here, you can basically do the same thing for your TV shows. This is just the movies. All the different views you can select. These old themes, boy, they were really customizable. And for this particular view, you can see here are the settings just for that view. Each view has the different settings that you can tinker with. Like the information, some of them have it to where it'll display it all the time, or you can actually change it to a pop-up, and then you can say you want the pop-up to start in 2 seconds or 5 seconds. Now, when you install these things, they don't have any widgets. You don't have to set those up as you'd like. And, it's really easy. Later on, I'll show how to do one for TV shows. You don't have to use the GUI sounds. You can use any GUI sounds with any theme that you want, whether they come from PSMC or Kodi. This is the live TV section. This is how it's defaulted. You also have a guide if you'd rather use a guide. There's also a setting in here, and it's part of PSMC or Kodi, where you tell it how you want it to act. For example, here it's a default, and I have to tell it to switch. But there's a place in the PSMC settings where you can just tell it to play automatically, where that you won't have to do the switch. When you click, it starts playing. I may have to get rid of that Donald on that slide because he just about makes it hard to read. These are just some of the settings of the skin itself. You can change your colors, everything. Your weather backgrounds, weather icons. There's information on live TV. Of course, these can all be downloaded from Kodi. And the Kodi repositories are included with all my PSMC stuff. And this is the weather. This is your forecast. You can actually change those widgets as well. You can have daily, hourly. You can also change the actual provider. I don't remember exactly which one this is. You can use NOAA. Open Metro, I think is what this one's called. Just going through more of the skin settings. You can turn off the top bar. If you do it here, it disables it everywhere. If you do it within a skin setting, like for a particular, like movie themes, it only disables it for that view. You can change you can add, there's an included startup video, or you can add your own, and it will play it when PSMC boots up, or Kodi. This is following seasons. There's different categories. They do not play or show when you're watching a video. And this particular one here actually has Disney characters included. You can turn off the home screen animation right below there if you see that one, if you don't like them. But you have to remember, I started designing these for kids, for my grandson. So, and that's the Disney animations. As you can see, you can click on the widgets.
But the team is no stranger to this environment.
Whatever. This here was for live TV. You can move the menu bar to the center. And if you have two widgets, the second widget, one will be at the top, one will be at the bottom. You can change the number of items that's displayed on the menu bar, 1, 3, or 5. It defaults to 1 in this particular theme. I changed the center date here or the date and time to the center, but you have to have it at the top for it to work. And I forgot. I haven't played with these themes in, oh gosh, 2 or 3 years. This is how easy it is to create a widget. First, I'm going to turn on the stats so it shows me how many shows are in my library. It'll appear. Then I'm going to select TV shows and the recently added shows. Now, these are in my library, of course. You can choose different looks. This is the panel. And then you can choose poster or landscape. You can put a case around it. Label style. This will appear at the bottom of each widget. This is only show if once you click on it. If you have it on all, it will be there. You can hide the widgets unless you move your cursor or remote up to it, and then it will appear. Like I said, there are so many settings in these things. I'm just going to change this to something else. Let's go with leaves. Just so you can see they're all different. There's snowflakes and spring stuff. You can see the stats on the menu bar on the left there. That's what I turned on earlier. This is what your system interface looks like. You can edit the PVR and DVR settings if you use a DVR. Well, that's about it for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the video. Spread the word. Comments, questions, and suggestions are always welcome below. If you have a minute, make sure to check out the Buy Me a Coffee page for all the latest updates and information on how to gain access to exclusive content to both the PSGC and the PSMC collections. And while you're there, maybe you'll buy me a cup of coffee, or maybe become a member. Or maybe you'd rather make a donation through PayPal. By the way, just so you know, all the donations are used for my grandson's college fund. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Spread the word, share the video for us. Y'all have a great day now. You hear?